Time now for Utah's most accurate forecast with Alana Brophy. Weather rates certified 11 years in a row.
What a difference a day makes. Here we are on this Monday where temperatures are significantly cooler statewide, but we are still dealing with the wind. We start with our Utah State University camera where you can typically see the gorgeous landscapes of Monument Valley. Not the case. Gusty winds blowing dust, and you can't even make out that gorgeous scenery. And that's because a high wind warning is in effect for the eastern side of the state, as well as wind advisories posted for the swell down through Lake Powell and a portion of the Uinta Basin. We're seeing that darker yellow there. That is the high wind warning with gusts up to 60 miles per hour. And we know that's happening from the looks of that camera. We also see the winds holding on in southeastern Utah. We've got these warnings that will hold steady until 9 p.m. tonight. So winds really targeting the eastern side of the state, while the rest of Utah, well, we're dealing with cooler temperatures and some wet weather. We've got that drastic drop in temperatures after our first triple-digit day of the season in Salt Lake City and that extreme heat that we battled in St. George for several days. Now it's about wet weather and some isolated thunderstorms popping up in parts of the Beehive State. Our fire concerns lingering for a portion of Utah. I'll show you where. And high pressure does want to return, and that comes with a rapid warm-up. I'm going to tell you when, because those changes, you're going to blink and we're going to be back to that heat. Cumulus clouds over the Wasatch. Great shot here from West Valley City as we're sitting in the upper 60s in Salt Lake County, which is just a departure from the norm. 83 is our average high in Salt Lake this time of year. We're sitting at 68. We've got 60s and 50s in Provo right now. You see some 70s out there in central Utah, but you can tell where the winds are cranking because we still see those 90s. Now it's cooler than the triple digits we saw through the weekend and cooler statewide because of the cold front, but it's still pretty hot. Down there in St. George sitting at 93. Nice break from the 105 you saw yesterday. The 24-hour temperature change makes your jaw drop. Look at this. You can see really where the front has moved through. It's draped through central Utah at this point. Won't totally exit the state until tomorrow, but 30 degrees. It's 37 degrees cooler than where we were at this point yesterday in Provo. Wowza. Talk about an organized front coming through, changing things up and opening that door for cooler air. You see the front on the satellite radar here, which triggered that band of moisture to start out the morning, which was great. Nice to see a little wet weather. We'll take anything we can get. Now we've got storm development out there. We're adding daytime heating, even though it's not as significant as the last couple of days. We could see thunderstorms developing, and you can see on the radar it's active all the way down to Beaver County in the I-70 corridor. We're watching the West Desert here. These are going to track towards the Wasatch Front, so we'll see if they hold together as they make it over the lake. Eastern Utah's active as well, and Duchesne, Uinta Basin area, as well as Castle Country. And then we head a little further south where Beaver County actually saw some light rain and the chance of thunderstorm crossing I-15 there, also near I-70 in Richfield, Delta. So we've got some activity out there, and we know it's going to stay interesting. Here's a look at those winds. Southern half of the state really still targeting them, which is why fire danger holds on. Red flag warning in effect until 10 p.m. tonight. That does include the southwest desert. Tomorrow it won't be critical, but an elevated risk remains in southeastern Utah, so fire danger not going away. Futurecast shows us the moisture on the move by 7 p.m. tonight. The model wants to keep those storms going, so we could see an active evening. Eventually that's going to clear. We do get some light moisture by tomorrow, really mainly for the northern Wasatch Front and the higher elevations. Then high pressure comes back in and sets up and things get real quiet. So be ready for that. All right, taking a look at those temperatures. 60s and 70s below average for the Wasatch Front tomorrow, 91 in St. George. Whereas we look at the next 7 days, you're going to see that moisture is not present in St. George, but the triple digits do come back by the end of the work week. 106. Yes, that high pressure means business, and we are going to heat right back up. Could see another triple-digit day in the north on Friday, flirting with 100. The winds could trigger that, as they did yesterday. Winds coming from the south, and then the chance of some moisture for the weekend could be hinting at the beginning of the monsoon. Hey, if you want to stay on top of these changes, because they're drastic, folks, download the ABC4 weather app. There's the QR code. Take a picture, download the app, and then we can be there for you.